All right, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and lie back onto the back. You're going to grab your stretch band right away. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to go right into some bend and stretch, working on the flexibility and the strength of not just your hamstrings, but the joint itself. So I'm in this kind of almost like a knee tucked position, but I'm making sure that my pelvis is in neutral. And as I exhale, I'm going to press and reach my legs on a forward diagonal. If this is your first kind of movement of the day, I'm going to have you not lower your legs too far. Keep your legs in a 45 to 60 degree angle towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, inhale as you pull those knees in, exhale as you push the knees away. Visualize the ball moving in the cup. Feel the ease of your hip bone, the thigh bone ball sinking into the hip cup. 4 more, inhale, exhale, press. 3 more, inhale, exhale, press. 2 more, and press. Last one, and press. You're just going to take your left leg out and down, reach your right leg long and straight. We're still going for the mobility part, so we're going to swing to the right. So, no, excuse me, right leg is going to cross over to the left and then out to the right. So we're kind of tick-tocking our leg across and out. I'm going right leg to the left side of the room, right leg to the right side of the room. While I'm doing this, I'm keeping my pelvis really stable. So we're stretching the outer hip when we cross the midline, stretch the inner thigh when we open out. Keep going, 2 more. 1 more, use your core to stabilize that pelvic bowl. Excellent. And go ahead and bend that right knee into the chest. As you exhale, you're going to nod your head and curl up. We're going to bring our left leg up also into a nice straight leg. You're going to pull your left knee in as you reach that right leg out, using the strap only around the right leg, and then change. So we're just playing around with some stability here and mobility. A little bit of strength on that right leg, especially through that right hamstring and glute as you extend the leg. 3 more. Exhale as you reach out. Inhale as you pull it in. 2 more. And in. Last one. And in. Left leg down, right leg up. Go right into a circle. 1. And so right leg making a lovely circle. And if you can close your eyes and visualize the ball in the cup like a pestle and mortar, we're focusing on where the ball sinks into the cup. 3 more. 2 more. After this little leg series, we're going to do some standing leg work. 1 more. And we want to have this flexibility and mobility already set. Okay, open that right leg out, cross across the midline, bring it up. 1, 2, and 3, 4. You got it. Feel the connection from the deep core all the way to stabilize the whole leg and pelvis as that right leg is circling around. And 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Bring it back up. Perfect. Let's swap that leg out. Okay, so now we've got that left leg really reaching nice and high to the sky. We're going to cross the left leg across the body over to the right side of the room. Open it to the left. So we're going for mobility of the ball in the cup, stability of the pelvic bowl and the cup, if that makes sense. So the cup stays stable. It's just the ball moving in the cup that is mobile. That is your femur. Tick-tocking side to side. Activating co-contraction to stabilize the pelvic bowl. 3 more like this. 3. And 2 more. And Last one. Excellent. And bring that leg up, bend the knee, inhale to prepare. As you exhale, nod your head, curl up. You're going to lengthen your left leg to a 45-degree angle, or your right leg to a 45-degree angle. Here we go. And pushing through the left as you pull through the right and change. Feeling the pelvic floor and core muscles working to stabilize as you're moving the legs in these oppositional directions. Good. 5 more. 5. If you need to bring your head down because your neck is bothering you, you're welcome to do that. 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. Right leg down, left leg up. We're going right into the circle. So we're ball in socket, ball rolling in the cup. 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 10 each direction. 6, 7. Kind of stretching our concept of strength today. 8 doesn't mean that we're not going to be working hard. 9, obviously, and 10. But strength is going to be really coupled with mobility. So how much mobility can we get and still maintain a certain integrity and strength of the muscles that are supporting the joints? 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. 2 more. You're doing awesome. 9. Stay with it. Last one. 10. Fabulous. And bring that down. Okay. So we're going to transition through plank. Plank is a great way to work strength. And strength is the kind of strength I'm thinking of today in terms of we're not using weights per se. We're working with our own body's strength and stability. Really using a lot of isometric strength. So isometric strength, one of the best representations of isometric strength is plank position. So come onto your forearms. And what isometric strength means is that you're not going anywhere, but you can feel the muscles really hug around the bones, particularly in the joint spaces, to stabilize the joint. So you're using your body's muscle power to hold and sustain you, even though we're not changing muscle length here. 6 more breaths here. 6, 5, pelvic floor, deep abdominals, really working hard here, pulling your kittens. 3 more breaths. And 2 more. Last breath. Good. Knees down. Sit back in child's pose for just a moment to stretch out your whole posterior, mid body, and even a little bit of the front body. You can feel how the front body is getting lengthened, especially through the pecs and the chest line. Excellent. You're going to come all the way up. Okay, so we're going to work a little bit of the nice wide sumo squat. So we're going to take a wide step. So I recommend starting in the middle of your mat. You're going to take a nice wide step out. You're going to come down, touch. So again, mobility, right? Really wide, flexible. Come all the way up, come to the middle, other side, right? Wide, down, up, together. So out to the right, down, up, and so the wider you go, the less support you have directly underneath you, the more you got to use your core and your hips. My thighs and legs are in a little bit of a turnout. So meet in the middle, step out, squat, up. Meet in the middle, step out, squat, up. That's it. We're going to do 5 more each side. Use your pelvic floor and core to feel that stability of the center body as you're powering your hips and legs. 4 more each side. Wide squat. Good. Yes. Imagine you are holding a heavy weight as you come back up. 3 more each side. That's it. Squeeze the glutes. When those glutes and core muscles squeeze, they're actually holding the pelvis stable as you're moving and transitioning up, together, wide, connect, squeeze as you come down. Squeeze even more as you come up. Last one each side. Squat, up. Last time, last side. Squat, up. Good, come into the middle. Turn your legs to face forward. Everything is facing forward. Now arms are up in front. You're going to do just some heel raises here. So we're going to go heels up, down, heels up 2. Can you lower down every time a little bit more? 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2 more. 9. Definitely feeling those quads here. 10. Come all the way back up. Open out. We're going to come down into kind of our wide sumo squat, not so far that we're trying to touch the floor, but we're wide enough. And we're going to come mobilize over to the right, over to the left. If you can come down lower every time, I encourage you to try that. So mobility, flexibility, right? Notice my hips are staying pretty level, and what's moving are my thighs, my knees, but my trunk is staying pretty balanced on top of me. 2 more each side. Narrow your position if you need to. 1 more each side. Side and side. Awesome. Okay, we're going to fold forward, stretching out our hamstrings here. Toes turn forward and going for mobility now. So rotation. We have left hand down, right arm out, and we're going to rotate the spine. 1. Bring your right hand all the way down to the floor and turn your body all the way to the ceiling. 2. Inhale, exhale as you twist. 3. Okay, what are your legs doing? Are they just kind of hanging out? Can you squeeze the muscles of your legs? 4. So the quads are helping to pull those kneecaps up. 5. You're using your core to stabilize. 6, your pelvis. 7, back spinal rotators are helping you turn the spine. 8, 2 more. 9, we're still going just to the right. 10, other side. Now I've got my right hand down, left arm is out to the side, and I rotate. 1. I'm going to bring my left hand all the way back down to ensure that I'm coming to center every time. 2, 3. Ooh, my legs are just kind of letting go, so I need to turn them on. 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Keep those hips nice and square. 2 more. 9. Pull your kittens in here. And 10. Very good. Heel toe, your feet back together. And feel your body weight shift right on top of your feet. Round your spine and roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Nice. Okay, we're going to go back to our nice wide position. So if we were on the foot bar, this would be a wide ballet second turned out position. I'm thinking about my heels pulling forward and through. So my heels are pulling forward and through. I'm going to bend and stand up. 1. Can you come all the way down and up? 2. Inhale. What about those fingertips touching the floor? 3. Can you go a little slower? 4. We're going to stop at 10. Down in the squat. 5. Feel those deep glutes working. 6. That's it. 7 and 8. 2 more. 9. Squeeze the glutes at the top. 10. Come down halfway. Arms out. Here we go. We're going to turn. 1. Hold it here. 2. Interlace if you'd like to make it more challenging. 4, and 5, 6, 7. Can you get a little lower? 8. You know you've only got 2 more. 9. A little lower still. 10. Good job. Stand all the way up. Heel toe yourself all the way back in. Here we go. So find your balance, find your center, squeeze your legs together, or they're just carefully placed side by side. Heel raises here. Here we go. 1, 2, pick a focal point. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9, 10. Hold it. 1, 2. Hold it. 3. Pelvic floor and core. Find your balance. 4. Can you come a little lower? 5, 6, 7. Stay with it. 8. 2 more. 9. Shoulders down. Last one. 10. Come all the way up. Nicely done. Come back onto all fours. Let's go right into plank again. Onto your forearms. Inhale. Exhale. Coming down. And hold here 10 breaths. I know that feels like a lot of breaths. 2, 3, 4. This is a great place to turn on those quadriceps. 5, to curl that coccyx under just a little bit more. 6, pull in your kittens. 7, lift your elevator. 8, push into your elbows. 9, last breath. 10, knees down, sit back, child's pose. That was really good. Really, really good. All right. So next set of exercises, I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to do, again, a little more mobility. Then we'll work into a little bit of strength again. So it's always going to be a little bit of the two, because you can't have strength without mobility and vice versa. So now I'm in full plank. I'm going to engage my abdominals, pull my right foot forward into the outside of my hands, rotate, bring that back down. You're trying to move with as much mobility and flexibility as you can as you go through these 10 totals. That means 5 on each side. After that, we're going to grab our magic circle. You're going to do a little bit of arms, back of the body, front of the body in a standing squat position. Okay, so continuing to practice our sense of strength and power. Here we go, but let's start with our mobility. So right leg back, left leg back, curl that coccyx under, come into your beautiful Pilates long plank position. Here we go. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale as you reach your right arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, left foot forward. Inhale as you rotate to the left. And changing legs with that nice long exhale. Inhale as you twist. 4. And inhale, exhale. And again, if the breathing kind of comes a little, finds its own little pattern, sometimes the body will tell you what it wants. Like I'll suggest a breath. And after a while, you're noticing like, I'm not doing her breath at all. I'm doing my own breath. 4 more total. 2 more on each side. Good. And bring it all the way back. Find your downward facing dog for a moment and just stretch that out. So we twisted the whole trunk, which means we've got a lot of length and flexibility in our entire spine. 2 more breaths here. Take that twisted spine and really stretch it out now that we've heated it up. And then go ahead and walk your feet forward to your hands instead of your hands back to your feet. Hang over here, nice big breath. Really pour the weight down into your legs. Inhale, and as you exhale, roll back up 1 vertebra at a time. Excellent. Okay, let's grab our magic circle. Go right for some strengthening with our magic circle. Again, we're going to take a nice wide position with our legs coming down into a squat. If you don't want to squat, you don't have to squat. I encourage you to try. I encourage you to stay really anchored and rooted down into your legs. When you're squatting, I want you to imagine that you're trying to pull your heel bones towards each other. So we're getting a lot more inner thigh connection, not just quadricep, okay? All right, arms are out in front. I'll turn this way so you can kind of see. All right, so first we're just simply squeezing that magic circle 10 times as we're in our squat, pulling our heels towards each other. 10, 9, 8, stay tall. 7, shoulders down away from the ears. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, hold this position though. So you're up, you're holding in this rotation. You're gonna take the magic circle behind you and you're squeezing the magic circle. So here I am. I've got straight legs, but strong hips and thighs, and I'm squeezing in 1, 2. Don't be discouraged if the ring doesn't change shape. That's all right. 3, just feel the back of the upper arm squeezing towards each other. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9, 10. Okay, we're gonna go forward again. How'd that go? Kind of tricky, right? Like, it feels really unrewarding because the ring isn't moving, but we're working really hard. So now I've got my arms bent at right angles. I'm trying to turn so you can kind of see. And I'm in this position. I'm still in my turnout. I'm squeezing and lifting up. 1, 2, really squeeze that ring. 3, so my pinky fingers are reaching to the ceiling. 4, 5, 6, keep squeezing that ring. 7, 8. If you're doing this correctly, you're feeling it at the root of the armpits. 9, that's the serratus. 10, straighten up, squeeze those hips and thighs into the midline. Here we go, squeezing the ring again. 1, tricep squeezing. 2, can you open across the chest? 3, 4, 5, 6, back of the arm working hard. 7, 8, 2 more. 9 and 10. Perfect. We're back into our squat. So this time we're going to do from straight arm to bicep curl to pump and reach. All right. So core is pulling in, squeezing the ring, coming down into your squat. Keep pulling those heels towards each other. Bicep curl, reach. Back down so the elbows as high as the shoulders, straight. Bicep curl, you're squeezing that ring. Reach up, it's not super high, so noticing I'm not straightening my elbow, pulling it back down and straighten out. Bend, reach, down, straight, bend, reach, down, straight. 4 more, bend, reach, down, straight. 3 more. Really squeeze that ring here. See if you can change the shape of the ring on this one. 2 more. Bend, reach, down, straight. Last one. Bend, reach, down, straight. Let that go. Okay, last set of tricep presses here. Roll the arm back. Legs are still active in their turned out position, but you're pulling your heels towards each other and we're squeezing. 10, 9, 8, 7. Really target the back of the upper arm here, all the way where the shoulder blade and the arm meets. 6, 5. Lift up to the pelvic floor. 4, 4, 3, and 2, 1, and let that go. Whew, that was a lot of arms. Go ahead and grab your stretch band. Good work. Okay, we're going to work a little flexibility of the spine, mobility of the spine. Grab your strap. If you don't need your strap for rollbacks, you don't have to have it. But if you'd like to have your strap to buy you a little bit of time, awesome way to do that. So squeeze your legs together to start. Pull the strap nice and tight around your body and then separate your feet so that they're hip bone distance apart. Inhaling in this position. As you exhale, curl the pelvis under and roll back. Inhaling down at the bottom. Exhale, nod your head, rounding your spinal column, curling up. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, curl the pelvis under and roll back. Inhale. Exhale. So if you're using the strap, you've got your feet hip distance apart and you're pulling against the edges of the strap so that I'm working the muscles of my outer hips, right? Not my outer thigh, but way deep into my glute outer hip connection. If you're not using the strap, the legs are together and you're just squeezing those thighs together. Inhale, exhale, curl up. Can you keep your toes pointed to the ceiling? Especially if you're using the strap. 3 more. Curl the pelvic bowl under, roll back. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhale, activating your core as you curl up. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, curl the pelvis under and roll back. Take your time. Curl up. Last one. We're going to roll back. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to curl up halfway. So halfway, I'm not all the way up at the top, but I'm not all the way down to the bottom. And I'm going for a row. So I'm pulling my hands to my chest, elbows wide. 2, keep those feet apart. 3, 4, pelvic floor deep abs working hard. 5, 6, and 7, 8, squeeze that core all the way into the midline. 9, 10, we're going to roll back. Oh, you thought we were going to be done. Inhale, exhale, nod your head, curl up, just coming up halfway. Flip your palms. Okay, we're going to bicep curl. 1, still curled halfway back. 2, or halfway up, depending on 3, how you're looking at it. 4, keep those feet pulling apart. 5, 6, and 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Arms forward, roll all the way back. Inhale, exhale, co-contract and curl all the way up to the top. Awesome. So we're going to do a very similar variation. We're going to do 5 rollbacks, but in a twist, we're going to do 5 rows and 5 bicep curls, very similar to the sequence we just did, just 5 of everything versus 10. If you feel uncomfortable doing rotation and flexion, maintain neutral. And when I say to curl, don't curl, right? Just stay in your nice neutral position. All right. So you're going to choose a variation that works best for you. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you're going to twist your spine to your left. Both arms are kind of off to the left side of your mat, and you're going to roll down the left side of your spinal column, or you're hinging back in neutral over to the left side. Inhaling here, exhale, co-contract, hold that left rotation. Sit up nice and tall. So mobility, flexibility, strength, all at the same time here, and control. Co-contract, keep that right butt cheek down. And roll it back. Lift the interior pelvic floor, curling up. Good. 1 more. We're going to roll all the way back. We're coming up halfway on this one. So curl up halfway. Here we go. So I'm in a twist and I'm rowing. 1, 2. I'm curling, but are you choosing the flat back option? 3, 4. If you are, hold your neutral. 5, roll down the left side of your spine. Inhale here. Exhale, curl up, back up to that halfway marker. Here we go. Flipping the palms, bicep curl. 1. Really hold those twists with your obliques. 2, 3, 4. Last one. 5. Both arms forward. Roll all the way down. We're going to go to the other side. So you're down at the bottom. You're rotating your spine to the right. Here we go. Rotate to the right. Nod your head and curl up on that right rotation. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, roll down the right side of your body. Make sure that left butt cheek is still staying anchored. So your external obliques are rotating your ribs. Your internal obliques are rotating your hips the opposite way. External obliques twisting your ribs to the right. Internal obliques twisting your hips to the left. We've got 2 more roll backs to go. Roll back. Hold that twist. Feel the power of your whole abdominal cavity. Each abdominal muscle doing its job. Last one. We're going to curl back. And we're going to come up halfway here. Going right into our row. Curl up. Hold your row. Here we go. 1, 2. Keep those hips nice and stable. 3, 2 more. 4, 5. And roll back. I promise we'll do a nice hip flexor stretch after this. I'm sure you were wondering about that. Exhale, nod your head, co-contract, curl up. Here we go. And bicep curl. 1, just 5 of these. Use your core. 2, not your hip flexors. 3, 4, last one. 5, and curl all the way up. Let that go. That was a lot. Grab your ball. And let's stretch that out. Did you have one hip flexor that was grabbing more than the other? I did. My left was really holding on very strongly. So I'm actually going to stretch my left side first. So I'm going to hug my right knee into my chest, extend my left leg, curl my pubic bone to the ceiling, and feel the whole opening of that left side hip flexor. So breathe in and out. Keep the pubic bone curling to the sky. Squeeze your left butt cheek. So here's the isometric contraction again. We're not going anywhere to the kind of naked eye. It doesn't look like you're doing anything, but when you squeeze your left butt cheek or the butt cheek of the leg that's lengthened to the floor, can you feel how that increases the stretch? Let's stay here. 2 more breaths. So you're squeezing the gluteals to open the hip flexors. 1 more breath here. Excellent. And bring that right foot down, left foot down. Phew. Let's change sides. So now I'm bringing in my left leg. My right leg is down. So that means I'm going to be squeezing my right glute, hugging that left knee into the chest. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze my right glute, opening up the front left or front right hip flexor. 3 more breaths here. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Excellent. And bring that all the way in and down. Now go ahead and lift up those hips and roll down. So you're going to move the ball out of the way. This is the perfect opportunity for us to work our bridge series. So you don't need the ball, although if you are wanting to really work with the intention of strength today, go ahead and grab your ball, put the ball between your inner thighs. If you're finding that you're good right where you are, we're kind of a little bit past halfway in the class. So if you want to just take like a little tiny breather and just do this bridge as a kind of almost like a moving recovery, right? An active recovery, you can do that. Or if you want to keep the strength going in your practice this morning, squeeze that ball with your inner thighs. Whichever variation you are co-contracting and pulling in and up with your core muscles, inhaling at the top, exhale and rolling down, pull your butt to your heels and your heels to the buttocks. Let's do 2 more like that. And on the last one, we're going to stretch our arms overhead, roll down. Okay. So this time you're going to curl up, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Inhale, keep reaching your arms towards the wall behind you. So you're stretching your side bodies and the whole length of the spine as you roll down 1 vertebra at a time, all the way down to the bottom, and float those arms all the way up. Perfect. From here, we're going to let that go. work some spinal rotation in a side plank position. So you're going to come up into your side plank on your left elbow, left elbow. You are welcome to be kneeling. You don't need to be in full legs extended or up on your hand. We're going to start in this kind of down kneeling position. My top arm, my right arm is reaching up overhead, and I'm purposefully going to open my chest to the ceiling, purposefully round my chest to the floor underneath me, but my hips aren't moving. So here we are working our rotation of our obliques again. Inhale, open. Push into that left elbow so that when you open to the sky, you're not collapsing into that bottom shoulder. You're really actually lifting up out of that shoulder as you're stretching and twisting and contracting. Inhale. It's amazing how effective this is, even though we're not kind of doing the big variation where we're on our hands, on our feet. Inhale. Exhale. It strengthens the neck muscles as well. Keep pressing into your left elbow. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Wrap and squeeze. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze. So here's that strength I was talking about, right? It's different. It's not like we've got to wait and we're working against the resistance. So we're going to do little pulses here as we twist our right arm through and go for thread the needle on that left side. Pulsing 1, 2. I'm not moving my hips. I'm squeezing my rib cage. 3, wrapping it around. 4, 5, pressing my left elbow into the floor a little bit more every time. 6, 7, pelvic floor deep abdominals working hard here. 8, 2 more. 9, last one. 10, open it up. Excellent. And come all the way up. Let's go to the other side. It was great. It was amazing how, again, even though we're not up on the what would appear to be like the super hard position of this exercise, it's really effective when you're using all the right musculature. So make sure you're co-contracting. Make sure you're pulling up to that pelvic elevator. You're recruiting your core to begin with before you even get going into the movement. Push your right elbow into the floor. Open your left arm up. Stack your knees. Inhale, open. Exhale. 1, 5 like this before we do our 10 pulses. Inhale. Exhale, co-contract. 2. Feel the back fascia and the musculature stretch. I mean, fascia and muscle are kind of the same thing. It's just a more defined definition of what type of fascia. Open. Exhale. Close. 2 more. Inhale. Really push into that right elbow. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, here we go. Keep pushing into that elbow. Keep your hips squared. Don't let your hips move, right? Because we're moving from our rib cage and above and twisting under. 1. Co-contract. 2. Can you lengthen through the crown of your head as you do this? 3, rather than dipping down. 4, 5, co-contracting. 6, 7, and 8. 2 more. 9 and 10. Way. Open it up the other way. Awesome. And come onto your stomachs. That was really good. So we're going to lay on our stomachs and we're going to do the Tom's Swan variation. So I'll talk about that and we'll do that together. But before we do, go ahead and open your arms out to the shape of the letter T. So both arms are out to the shape of the letter T, or your arms can be in goalpost arm position, okay? So we're gonna take our left leg up and bring it down. Pubic bone pressing into the mat. Take your right leg up as high as it will go without changing the shape of your spine. Hands are pressing into the floor, forearms are pressing into the floor. Forehead is pressing into the floor just gently. Shoulders are down and bring your right leg down. And just alternating your legs. Left leg up and down. Co-contract. Right leg up and down. Can you keep your leg as straight as possible? So you're not trying to lift high, you're actually really trying to go for a straight, long leg and open up the front of that hip flexor. One more on the left, and we're going to add a variation. If you're up for it, you're going to not only lift your left leg up, but you're going to turn onto your right hip, and you're going to do the mobilization movement where you cross your leg across the body. You can bend the knee, or you can keep it straight, and you're rotating. Return your spine back to parallel and down. So it's extension and rotation with the lower quarter. When we do Tom Swan, it's extension and rotation of the upper quarter. This is the lower quarter. So it's from my lower lumbar down below that are rotating in towards extension. Let's try that again. Lift up your left leg. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you lift your left hip off of the floor. And you are taking your left leg over to the right side of the room. You're pressing into your right elbow. Inhale here, exhale, and bring it back down. How does that feel for your back? That's a lot of shortening on that left side spine. So if your body doesn't like it, just lift and do a tiny little rotation. One more. Inhale, exhale, and lifting your left leg up. Carrying your left leg over to the right side of the mat. I'm keeping my forehead down. If you want to turn and look over to the right, you can. It's much more intense for the spine. And then bring everything down and return. Phew, that's a lot. Okay, we're going to go over to the other side. So I'm going to lift up my right leg. Then I'm going to take my right leg and float it over to the left side of my mat, just pulling my right leg over to the left side of my mat, lifts my hip up. I'm feeling the rotation coming all the way over to the left side of the room, and then return my pelvis back to center and return. Again, if this is too much, keep it just very tiny. As you lift that right hip, just let that little rotation do the work, co-contracting. We're not pulling on the SI joint, we're actually asking the deep spinal extensors to do the work here, and stretching out the abdomen, and return. Two more. Inhale, exhale, right leg up, back to the left corner of the room with that right leg. Use your core to stabilize the pelvic bowl and spinal column, and return. Last one. Inhale, exhale, lift up, and cross the right leg back over to the left side of the room, and return and bring it down. Very good. That is tricky. So I appreciate you trying something new. Okay, so we're going to work now the upper spine. So you're going to lengthen both legs. My left arm is resting down by my side. I've bent my right elbow, and my right hand is right under my forehead. But then I'm going to turn my head so that my eyes are looking at my right elbow. And I've got my left cheek, face cheek, on the back of my right hand. I don't know if those words make sense. If you want to take a peek, you can. Can you keep your pubic bone pressing down, really continuing to lengthen through that low back? Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you're going to float up your upper body that is in the same position. So the head remains the same. The shoulders are nice and square. I've lifted my left leg and my upper body. I'm going to turn my upper body now to the right, not craning from my neck or my eyes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to turn so that my left chest, my left boob is on my mat. My right chest and chest wall and rib cage is leaving the mat. And then I come and bring everything down. This is that mobility and strength I was talking about. So inhale. Exhale, co-contract, load up, rotate the spine to the right. Feel that this rotation is coming from your rib cage and above, while the lower quarter staying stable and coming back down. Two more. Inhale, exhale, left leg, upper body coming up, spiral around to the right. Keep active with the pelvic floor and core as you rotate to the right and bring it down. Notice how much your neck is wanting to take over. If it's really difficult to keep your head rotated to the right without getting into your neck, you're welcome to keep your forehead just down on the back of your hand. so that you're not in a rotation to start. One more time, inhale, exhale, up you float, keep the pubic bone anchored, deep abdominals, exhale, rotate around to the right, keep turning, 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 and bring it all the way in and down. Nicely done. Press up. Excellent. And you're going to sit all the way back. Child's pose for a moment. So we did lower rotation and then half of the upper body rotation. Good for you. This is all like food for the spine. You know, this is the kind of stuff that is not all like, ooh, sexy, we're sweating and it's very hot. It's like a little bit meticulous, but this is the part where the spine is being fed the good nutrients because we're releasing all the stored stuff that gets stuck in the spine from long hours of sitting, sleeping, right? Any one position that we're in. So we're really releasing any tension that's in there. Then the body gets to use it for food. So it's pretty exciting. So you're going to come on down, juicing up the spine. As Joseph Pilates would say, you're only as young as your spine. So let's keep it young, right? Okay, so on this side, you're anchoring the pubic bone down. I've got my right cheek on the back of my left hand. In other words, I'm looking at my left elbow. I'm looking at my left elbow. I'm not going to force my head any more than this. My right arm is just resting by my side. I am going to be lifting my right leg as I float up my upper body. So inhale to prepare. As I exhale, I co-contract and float my upper body up as I float up my right leg. And then I'm closing my eyes because I don't want my eyes to guide me. I'm turning from my rib cage. So I'm rolling onto the right side rib cage, keeping my co-contraction, rotating my left elbows, turning to the ceiling, as is my shoulder, as is my heart and chest. And then come back down. 4 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. First float up. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. And inhale, return. Good. 2 more like this. Inhale, float up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, you can hold. And exhale, return. Last time. And coming up. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, hold. Exhale, return. And bring everything down. Press yourself up through all 4s. That was amazing. We're going to wag our tail first. You'd think we would do arch and curl or cat cow, but we're actually going to go for our tail wag first. Side and side. The rotatories, the muscles we were using that are the transversospinalis muscle group, are really tiny and they run right along the spine. So those smaller movements that require a little more focus, work those deep, deep, deep spinal stabilizers, which really keep your spine juicing in a good way. The big muscle groups sometimes actually power over the spine, so the spine can't move with as much articulation as we were just doing. So we combined the deep work with the superficial work. So good work. Round your whole spine. So here we go. So this is more the superficial. Everything is working, but we're not highlighting any one particular area. And we're arching, so we're using everything. And curling. And we need both. We need the superficial for those big gross motors. And we need the tiny for the more specific and the stabilizers. One more curl. Beautiful. And arch. Excellent. Let's tuck those toes under. And you're going to come up into your Pilates inverted V. We're going to do a little glute work here. If being on your hands is a little more than you are wanting to do, you're welcome to be down on your elbow and down on your knees. We're going to do simple leg extension up using the glute fibers to really lift. Our back has already done its job. So now the back's job is to stay stable and our core's job is to help keep that back stable as we isolate just the leg to finish on each side. Okay, here we go. So you're either up in your down dog position, your Pilates inverted V, or you're down on your forearms and one knee. I'm going to take my right leg and anchor it to the floor. I'm going to try not to raise my right heel off the floor. I'm also keeping my hips square. I'm not turning my hips to face the camera. I'm really turning my hips to face down to my mat. Here I go. I'm lowering my left toes down. I'm bringing up as I squeeze my left glute. 1, 9 more. 2, and co-contract. 3, 4, and stay with the process. 5, 6, and 7. Really strong as you co-contract here. 8, 2 more. 9, and 10. Excellent. Changing sides. Here we go. This is our last little push for the end of class. And reach up. 1. Careful not to let those hips rotate. 2. It makes the glutes have to work harder, but that's what we're going for. 3. Can you keep your right leg really long? 4. Press into your hands so you're pushing away from your hands. 5. Elongating the side bodies and the back. 6. Co-contract, strong abdominals here. 7, 8. Feel that pelvic floor elevate internally. 9 to stabilize you. Last one all the way to the end. 10. Good job. Come on to both, down onto both toes. Lift both heels up to the sky. Really press back into that left side, right side hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale, lower those heels down 1 vertebra at a time, or 1 vertebra, 1 little foot bone at a time as you stretch, and then walk yourself all the way back to the back of your mat, right on top of your legs here. Inhale and exhale. Press down into your legs as you come on up all the way to the top. Okay, 3 swings to finish. Phew, we did it. Lots of mobility. Lots of crazy hair, lots of strength. Here we go. Inhale, flush it out. 1, let it move through you. 2, last one, and 3. Excellent. Wonderful work. I'm finding my glasses. Enjoy your strength and mobility. Wonderful practice today, everybody. Thank you again so much for your patience and your time. I am so grateful for you and to be part of my community. I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.